guys, it's Taylor. Please excuse my hair. I've not had the chance to do it yet today, so like it's a poofy mess. But I wanted to go ahead and film this video for you guys today. I'm going to be giving you kind of like a first impressions slash demo of some things that I got recently from a particular brand. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time, and I thought the products that I got were kind of perfect for fall time, so I thought I would share them with you guys. Today I'm going to be kind of reviewing and demoing some products that I just recently purchased from Morphe Brushes. Now the reason that this isn't exactly a first impressions of the company is that I did already purchase a palette from them. It was the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette that they released last year. I got mine in April with the restock. But, so I have already purchased from them, but since that was like a very specialized palette and there were a lot of things surrounding that were going on with like shipping and the stuff that was happening at the ports in California, there was just a lot of stuff around that was going on. So I kind of wanted to give them their own like fresh review, first impressions of the company and stuff like that. So I thought that I would do that for you guys today and give you kind of a realistic look at the company that is Morphe Brushes. I'm just going to start by showing you guys the packaging that everything came in. Obviously, since I've already finished my makeup today, I have used the products, but I put them back in their box just to kind of show you guys how great it is. So Morphe is like the one thing I absolutely completely love about Morphe. They are like serious about their packaging. All the stuff that I had came like tucked into packing peanuts. So I have the palette that I purchased here, 3 brushes that I got, and each one is in its own individual plastic, and then it was in a big plastic bag that was sealed as well. And the palette that you purchase, if you purchase a palette as well, it is in a box, and then inside the box is bubble wrap. So the palette is completely encased in bubble wrap and then put in a box and then stuck in a thing of packing peanuts. So like there's pretty much no chance at all for your makeup to get damaged while it's on its way to you. So I want you guys to see my actual first impressions of the product first. So I'm gonna show you my demo of me just kind of playing around with these products earlier this morning, kind of doing my makeup with them. And then afterwards I will kind of go into more of a deep review of the products that I got and the company in general. So if you wanna see how to get this look right here, then please keep watching. I'm going to go ahead and dig into this palette. And I do have one brush, like I said, that I'm gonna be playing around with. This is the MB23, so it's a big fluffy blending brush, which is going to be great. I'm always in need of blending brushes, so I'm gonna go ahead and I guess get into it. This is like completely unplanned. I just kind of sat down with the palette and I'm gonna be like, okay, what do I want to do? So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so I see the shades that I'm interested in. I think I am going to want my tape today, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my tape. I think today I'm going to be using my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Yogurt. It's just a really nice light pink sparkly color. Alright, so now I'm just going to start with this MB23 brush now that I've actually primed my eyes. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It is just a nice matte, like creamy colored shade, and I'm going to kind of apply that in my transition and like right up here on my brow bone as well as my transition shade. This is a really nice like skin tone shade, so it's gonna help kind of blend the shadows up there. So I just wanna lay something down for that. Right, so I want something just a little bit warmer in there to kind of balance out the colors that I'm planning on using. So I'm gonna go with this one right here, and I'm just going to dip this same brush into it since it's my first time using this brush. Okay, this is a really nice blending brush from like my first use of it. It's very, very long bristles, which I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. But it is nice and fluffy and it's great for blending. So I'm just going to keep blending a little bit of that color in my crease area. Kind of the upper crease because I am going to be working some darker colors, I think, into the like lower crease. I like using warm shades as transition colors just because I feel like it kind of balances out really any look. Especially if you're working with like cool tones, to have just a little bit of a warm shade in the crease can help it to not look so tired. It helps you to look a little bit more alive. Okay, this looks a little bit more orange on camera than it does in person. But I do like how that's looking as my transition kind of crease shade. It's a nice warm tone. So, let me see. I'm going to grab this brush. This is my Sigma E44 Firm Blender. And I'm going to be taking this shade right here. It's the one right above that sparkly black color. It's kind of a plum aubergine purple color. And I'm going to work just a little bit of that into the crease here, keeping it lower than we did that orange one there. I love doing crease colors like this when I'm working with like the tape. I love that precise line. I think it's so pretty when it has these kinds of colors on it. So basically I'm working this in the crease area and on just kind of the outer third of my eye to create that wing over the tape. All right, now I'm just gonna go back in with that blending brush and the orangey shade that I was using. So far, I'm impressed with the Morphe brush, but this is the only one I've used so far, so. All right, so I don't know how pigmented this lid shade is going to be without something like, usually I spray my brush with like a setting spray or something, but I didn't bring that in with me, and I kind of want to give you guys an idea of like the true color of this shade. So I'm just going to take a flat shader brush from my makeup brush set, and I'm going to dip it into that shade right there. It's a really pretty, almost coppery brown color. I'm just gonna put this all over the lid. Oh my gosh, this color is so gorgeous. All right, now because that lid shade is kind of dark, but I want it to be dark, I'm going to add something a little bit darker to the crease, and I think I'm going to add a little bit more of like a plummy purple shade. So like before I was using this one, which is a little bit redder, like wine color, and this one is just like a deep purple, so I'm going to grab a little bit of that on that same Sigma E44 brush and dust that into this outer crease here. Just kind of wiggle my brush on the outer third of my eye to create a little bit of darkness here. And then I'm just gonna bring it into the crease. I wanna kind of lighten it up in there, so I know this isn't a full matte color, it's kind of a satin shade. I'm gonna take this peachy shade right here just to kind of lighten up the crease, like the upper crease area, as more of a transition. Oh, that was definitely the way to go. I love this. I don't think you guys understand how much I love warm tones, like eyeshadows that are almost orange or like completely orange. I think they're so pretty. They're so gorgeous. Fall makeup is definitely my favorite. Like I talked about this last year. I love playing with color in the summertime, but as soon as fall hits, I'm like, I freak out. I do want a little something darker in my crease. It's not quite dark enough for my taste, so I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's like a deep, dark, almost purpley brown shade. So I'm just going to dip that same Sigma brush. I'm not using very many brushes in this look. I kind of want to keep it simple as far as brushes, but gonna just dip it in that. It is a matte shade. All the other ones that I've been using have been slightly satin, I think. Okay, I haven't quite gotten the darkness I want on anything, so I'm just going to dip it into a little bit of the black shade. It is the bottom right shade in the palette. It's just a, I guess it's maybe kind of a satin black, but it's mainly matte. There we go. That's the darkness I was looking for. All right, now I'm going to redo the lid shade just a little bit, make sure it doesn't disappear in all the crease colors and stuff like that. So just a little bit more of that shade. Back into that peachy shade just a bit to blend everything out. Alright, so now I'm going to take this fluffy angled brush and I'm going to grab a little bit of this very top shade here. It's kind of a matte highlight. I'm just going to swipe that under my brow bone and kind of use it to blend in with that transition color. I went ahead and cleared my face of any fallout from my shadows, and now I'm going to start with my foundation. I have primed my face as well with my Makeup Forever primer. And now I'm going to be mixing my foundations. I like to use a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And then I'm pretty sure this is discontinued, but I still had a couple bottles of it. So I'm using the L'Oreal Magic Nude Liquid Powder Foundation. And I'm just going, this is like super liquidy, so I'm just going to pour a very small amount onto my brush. And I'm going to mix those together then on my little foundation soap dish here. And now using the Morphe M439 brush to test it out, I'm going to try applying my foundation. Alright, so overall I'm liking the feel of the brush. I'm not entirely sure how I like what it's doing with my foundation. I feel like it's not great at like blending this kind of foundation in. Maybe it's just that I'm using like mattifying stuff, but I'm not sure yet. Alright, so that is that for foundation. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face and finish my eyes and everything. All that you guys need to know is I'm going to be using the same matte shades that I use to kind of darken up my crease underneath my lower lash line. So that is all you guys are missing, and then I will come back to do my highlight with the highlight brush that I got, and we will finish up this video. Alright, so I've completed everything else on my face. I've done my lip gloss, I've done my contour, all the rest of my powders and everything. The very last thing that I have is my highlighting, and I'm going to be trying out the Morphe M509. It's a big, fluffy, pointed brush, so I'm hoping this is going to be a great highlight brush. I'm going to try it out. Ooh, it's all messy. My champagne pop broke, as you guys might know if you've watched some of my other videos, and I'm like so depressed about it, so it's like in this really nasty little crumbled mess now. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I'm gonna dip this brush into it and go for it. So you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot for it to go a long way on this brush. Wow. I did wipe some of it off because wow, that was crazy. Alright, so I'm gonna try a little less maybe this time. Oh, that is beautiful though. I love a good highlight. Look at that. Look at the shine that I'm getting from that. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit on the tip of my nose as well. Put a little bit up here at the bridge. And then on my Cupid's bow. And I'm just gonna do that with my finger because I don't wanna get the brush all icky with my lip gloss. So that was it for the demo portion. You kind of got to see me give my actual like first impressions of all the products that I was using. This is the final look that I came up with. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it is very fall appropriate, gorgeous kind of smoky brown coppery look. So now to kind of get into a little bit more in-depth review of the products that I purchased. So we will start with the MB23, which is this fluffy blending brush right here. I am super happy with this brush. I feel like you can never have too many blending brushes because what I always run into is, oh, I've already used this with a color and I need one that doesn't have color on it, blah, blah, blah. And so I think it's always great to have like an endless number of blending brushes in your collection. So I am very happy with this brush. Its bristles are very long, but it gets the job done with like blending everything out beautifully. So very, very happy with this one. This is the M439 foundation brush that I tried out. Overall, I'm fairly happy with it. I'm very picky about my foundation brushes. I'm very picky about my foundation in general. I am very upset with my skin right now, so I think that that's kind of, it's hard to gauge how I feel about this brush while my skin is like this because I'm just so frustrated with how it looks right now. But overall, I think that this brush did well. I like that it's kind of like rounded at the top. Most of the brushes that I've been using are like completely flat, but I kind of like that it's rounded. It's really good at getting the buffing job done. So I was very fond of how it like felt on my face. It was very soft. It felt like it was blending everything in well. It wasn't like a life changer like some people say it is. I like it and I'm happy that I got it and I will continue to use it. It's a foundation brush, so that's cool. The last brush that I purchased is the M509, which is a big fluffy, I'm using it for highlight because that's what I've seen people use it for, but just a big, nice, long, fluffy brush. This is a wonderful brush for highlight. If you're not into like a fan brush or something like that, which I typically use like a very, very thin fan brush, but this is a good brush. You just have to be careful how much product you're putting on it. You saw in my demo that like I put like a couple swirls and then I put it on my face and it was like like I looked like I just jumped out of Princess Fairy Sparkle Land or something like that. So you have to be very careful how much product you're getting on, but that also is nice because baby crying. So sorry for that sound, but a little bit of product then goes a long way on this brush, so I'm very happy with it. I think it's a nice texture. It's very soft. Like, I'm so impressed by the price of these and how soft they are. So I think it did well. Definitely glad that I purchased this one because I've heard so many people talking about it. So definitely like this as a highlight brush. I don't know what else you could really use it for yet. Like, I could probably use it to set my under eye if I like cleaned it off and started to use those powders instead. So I think it's definitely a multi-purpose brush if you want it to be. So very happy with this one as well. Finally, we have this palette that I got. I got the 35W palette. I don't know if I mentioned that actually in any other part of this video, but I got the 35W palette, which is a beautiful warm tone fall palette. I wanted to get the 35O palette, but it was out of stock. I decided to get this one instead. I might still purchase the 35O in the future, but this is not my first experience with Morphe shadows, obviously, because I do have the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, but I wanted to try something that was a little bit different and kind of see how I thought these ones were as well. So these are honestly, like, as far as I can tell, they are all wonderful shadows. I was really intrigued by like this one, which I used on my lid today. This one right here is like a purple matte color but with like gold flecks in it, so really excited to kind of use that one. You have a nice sparkly like midnight black, and then you have like a really dark true black. There's a lot of really nice jeweled shimmery shades like this one. There's this orangey one up here, super excited to use those. And then there's some like light mattes up here, which I thought were a really nice addition to the palette. So overall, I'm very happy with this. I'm so thrilled with like what it did on my eyes today. I really love this look that I created today. So I think this is a great palette. The best thing about the Morphe palettes is that they're so affordable for the amount of makeup that you're getting. Like, this is literally 35 shades in here, and I don't even remember, it was like $20 maybe. If you're looking for like good quality makeup that isn't gonna break the bank, which like college student budget, like yes please, I want cheap makeup. So Morphe is definitely the place to go for that because they are still high quality. They don't like feel chalky or gross. They don't smell bad, which I find is a big problem with like cheaper eyeshadows. These don't smell like that at all. I think that these are wonderful shadows. They are beautiful. I've been thoroughly impressed with the Morphe company. Just their makeup is really great. They have high quality brushes, but it's not at any price that's gonna break the bank. So overall, I would say that that is my main opinion on Morphe brushes, is that they have really high quality products for a very, very reasonable price. I am so happy that I found this brand. Definitely look around. There are discount codes out there. Like I said, I use Jacqueline's, which is Jack Attack. There's a couple other ones. So, you know, basically what happens is when you use somebody's discount code, you're supporting them financially as well, because they get a portion of the sales because they're bringing people to the brand, basically. So, you know, if you don't like Jacqueline and you want to use someone else's code, definitely look around for a discount code. Jacqueline's is, I know, 10% off, and there's a couple other ones out there that are the same. So go ahead and look around. Some of your favorite YouTubers probably have a discount code. Unfortunately, I am not big enough to be affiliated with like any makeup brands or anything like that, so this is just something I'm doing for fun. But this is going to be like an incredibly long video if I don't shut up. Very happy with the products that I got, especially the palette and that blending brush. The other two brushes were nice as well, but just like my absolute favorites were that blending brush and this palette here. Super excited to be working with Morphe products in the future. I think that they're like so gorgeous, and I love that they're affordable. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful. Definitely, if you are looking to get some things from the Morphe brand, I would encourage you to do so. They are such great products at such an affordable price. I just can't get over like how cheap they are, guys. Like, seriously. So go check out their stuff. I will have the products that I purchased linked in the description box, as well as just you can go to the regular Morphe site and look at their other products as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in my next one. Love you. Bye.